Hello, 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 and welcome back. Today, I'm going to play a bit of a pet deck of mine, definitely tier 2. We'll take it through a standard competitive league, see if we can, hold up against the Saheeli and Mardu Menace. And I mean, this deck definitely has a decent matchup, but, you know, at the end of the day, consistency, it doesn't have the consistency of those other decks, which really holds it back. Anyway, quick little overview of the blue-red emerged, or blue-red zombies if you prefer, deck. We've got we'll start with the mana base, just 5 mountains, 5 islands. We've got a playset of Sanctum of Ugin to make that Elder Deep Fiend chain start. And we've even got 1 Gyreach Sanitarium, just as a utility land. I really like this in these sort of madness decks, being able to get your value. Being able to get your value through a land like this really can help out a deck that wants to fill its graveyard. Full playsets of the blue-red lands, just to make our mana as good as it can possibly be. Full playset of man lands, of course. We've got some Lightning Axe to deal with big things. We've got Fire Temper to combo with that for little things, plus fish attacking planeswalkers. Got a Kozilek's Return, so we can pitch for value. Prized Amalgams we can never cast, but we do discard for value to grind our opponents out. The deck also is one of the few decks, well, it's actually the only deck, really in standard. I haven't seen a Fevered Visions burn deck in a while, but this is the only deck currently that I know of that's playing main board Fevered Visions, which I think is very good. A lot of people will play 4 of this, but I've opted to add a single Key to the City to the deck, just because sometimes when the board's getting jammed up with Thopter tokens, I want to be able to smash through with my Elder Deep Fiend. We're playing 4 Cathartic Reunion, 3 Tormenting Voice, and 1 Key. We really, really, really need a turn 2 discard spell. This deck almost whiffs every time if you don't have some sort of way to start the engine. And these are the best. Tormenting Voice and Cathartic Reunion are the best ways to start the engine. Key's a bit slow. If I would probably actually wouldn't even go for the 4th Visions. I'd probably make it 4th Tormenting Voice if I didn't play Key. We've got 4 Stitchwing Scabs, 4 Advanced Stitchwing. These are our zombies that we discard for value. They've also got higher CMCs, so we can emerge our Deep Fiends for relatively cheap. Generally speaking, this deck can operate on 2 blue and 1 red sources. Optimally, you want to have about 5 lands, and you start pitching the others after that. So that's, of course, we've got Deep Fiend, which is our big finisher, and that's essentially the deck. Quick little run through of the sideboard. We've got a Dampening Pulse, which is a spicy little number for the Saheeli matchup. They only play 1 Nahiri to get rid of enchantment removal, and they might not even bring it in against us. We've got a 4th Kozilek's Return paired with 2 Wretched Gryphs to come in against your Mardu decks. Coming against anyone trying to go wide, and you just want extra ways to trigger Kozilek's Return. So in the matchups where we want to bring in a 3rd Kozilek's Return, or we feel it's important to be triggering this as much as possible, we're going to bring in the cheapest way to trigger it in standard, which is through Wretched Gryph. Double Incendiary Flow is primarily for your Scrapheap Scrounger decks. 2 Release the Gremlins for your Heart of Kiran decks. 2 Dispel, 3 Negate, and 2 Void Shadow. I mean, this deck can actually take a controlling role. You've got threats here that actually play at instant speed. Well, if you can actually include Prized Amalgam in that equation, because it comes back when you've triggered one of these. So really, your entire threat base it plays at instant speed. So really, it's not a big ask of the deck to hold up counter magic while also developing the board, which is in theory what makes you have a better matchup against the control decks and against Saheeli. Anyway, it's not a new deck. It's just I think an underrepresented deck. It's fun, and look, I don't think anyone wants to watch more Saheeli or more Mardu at this stage. If that's something you want, I can definitely go through that. I'm not really trying to be super competitive, but let's see how many people we can stitch up with the Stitch Wings.